In the deep corners of Georgia, where the humidity clings to the pine trees like a damp shroud, time doesn't always move forward. Sometimes it pools in the hollows. Sometimes it stops entirely. Oakhaven was a company town built around the textile mill that sat on the banks of the Oconee River. When the mill shuttered in the late 80s, the town didn't exactly die, it just faded. The massive skeletal structure of the mill remains, a rusted Silas Thorne was 19. By all accounts, he was a steady boy. He worked at the local hardware store, helped his father with the repairs, and had a soft spot for animals. On the evening, the sun dipped below the tree line at 7:42 p.m. By 8:30 p.m., the streetlights in Oakhaven flickered to life. By 9 p.m., Silas's father was walking toward the mill with a lantern, calling his son's name. The discovery came at noon on the second day of the search. It wasn't Silas, it was his coat. He was found on the third-story catwalk, a narrow, rusted iron walkway that spanned the center of the main factory floor. The coat had been folded neatly, precisely, as if Silas had stood there, smoothed the fabric, and placed it on the railing. The witnesses who climbed the catwalk theories sprouted like weeds in the aftermath. Some locals whispered that Silas had fallen. Others suggested he'd been hiding, playing some grim prank, but he had no reason to abandon his family or his life. Then there are the stories the older folks tell over coffee at the diner. They talk about the thinning. 30 years later, the mill still stands. The kudzu has grown thicker, hiding the broken windows and the rusted catwalk where a boy once stood. Silas Thorne's parents have since passed on, their house sold to strangers who know nothing of the quiet grief that once occupied the front porch. The case remains open, filed away in a dusty cabinet. The southern cold doesn't come from the winter air. It comes from the questions that have no answers and the people who vanish.